Sharon and I are on our third date. I'm driving a Monte Carlo in college. I had $1.16 in my checking account, right? I'm in college. I'm so broke I can't pay attention. We're on our third date. I'm explaining to her how someday I'm going to be a millionaire. I got $1.16, literally, in my checking account. $1.16 was the balance in the checking account. Someday I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm telling her. And about that time, we went across a railroad track and the muffler fell off my car. This is how it works. I mean, when you're broke, your life looks like a country song. Everything that can go wrong will. I remember when we were going through the bankruptcy and I was broke, I mean really broke, and the air conditioner goes out on our home. We have a brand new baby, a toddler. My wife is already angry. Make her hot and angry is not good. With 2 screaming babies that are hot and angry, super not good. And I got a guy at the church that knows how to sort of work on these things to come out as a favor, and we found a used compressor that he put on that thing and got that stupid air conditioner working again, and it was $318. That was almost 30 years ago, and I remember precisely the amount of money it took to fix it. Memory is activated by stress. Transmission goes out, the water heater blows, the water pump goes out, shreds a belt, whatever it is. You got to pay the tow bill, maybe, pay the repair bill. Whatever it is, you're facing a mess then. Financially, you got no money, and you got a broken car. So it just doubles or triples the drama. But when the car breaks and you have an emergency fund, you know what you do? Fix the car, yawn, no biggie, not a problem. Heat and air goes out. You have an emergency fund. Fix the heat and air. Worst case, replace the heat and air. Not only do you have fewer emergencies when you're not broke, but when you do have them, you don't even hardly emotionally recognize that they're there, to the point it's hard to call them an emergency. Because an emergency sounds like sirens going off. Ah! It's an emergency! It's hard to call it an emergency when you just yawn and write a check and buy a $3,000 heating and air system or a $3,500 heating and air system or whatever, right? But you don't have as many emergencies. And there's several reasons for that. One is your budget has more margin in it because you're not broke, and you're picking up little things that used to be emergencies, but you're picking them up as budget items. The second thing is when you're not broke, you do proper preventive maintenance on things like cars and heating and air systems, so stuff doesn't break as much. Plus, as you're not broke anymore, you buy better heating and air systems and better cars so they don't break as much. And so you do have fewer emergencies because you're dealing with better quality stuff. And so that's the advantage of the emergency fund. Sometimes we don't stop and say, hey, Grandma's rainy day fund, the God only knows fund. We don't stop and say the importance of that as a foundational element in your financial plan to allow you to build wealth. Because until you stop giving your money to repairmen all the time, it's difficult to build wealth. It's just like when you're broke, it's hard to have good luck. And when you're not broke, you seem to have more good luck. It's not really luck, but you see what I'm talking about? Life variables in your life change. Fast forward, the heating and air system went out on the home we had purchased. By then, we've got 3 kids, had a good emergency fund, and I had to put a heating and air unit on the side of the house. I can tell you it cost a little more than $3,000, but I honestly just don't remember exactly what the bill was. There was no stress associated with that, no freak out associated with that, no drama associated with that, and so it didn't activate my memory the same way. You have a deep memory on things that mean something deeply to you or that are associated with high emotion of some kind. Stress is one of the emotions. There was just no problem. I just yawned, wrote a check, put a heat and air unit on the house. It was not a problem. It turns a crisis into an inconvenience.